Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Dark Envoy with me, Bring It On. Let's end this? I'm guessing this is the end. While we know little to nothing about the Ancients, one thing can be said for certain. They doomed us way before we could have doomed ourselves.
The battle has already begun. Our army served its purpose. We ought to focus on the task at hand.
Do you think our allies can stand their ground?
We've united two great armies. I'm sure they can hold out long enough for us to reach our goal.
Whatever happens, I refuse to give up now. Are you with me?
Damn right. Just one final push and it's all over. Just think about how we're going to celebrate once we're done here.
I'm pleased with your determination, Malachi. After all, you will have a great role to play in this. Greater than you may have anticipated.
What do you mean?
You've held on to the reality anchor we found near the tower, correct? I can sense that you've already attuned to it.
Yeah, I've got it right here. So how do I use it to stop the chain one from breaking out?
When the time is right, you will know what to do. Just focus on what our task is.
To bind the Organte.
Precisely. Don't worry. I'll be there to guide you. I won't let you fail.
I don't doubt that. Come on. We've drawn out most of the Chained One's forces, but there's bound to still be some enemies in our path.
I guess we have a job to do.
Alright.
Sure.
We don't have all day.
Well, I'm still undecided on which choice I'm going to make up ahead. I'm just going to wing it.
If you say so.
Let's get going.
A basin.
I feel your uncertainty, Malachi. I can see your pain. Let me help you.
No. Alright, basin. Familiar architecture crumbles under the malicious influence of foreign magic.
Onward. Carefully.
Roger.
Easy peasy. Ambush, mambush.
Did anyone else hear that?
I hear it. I think it's caused by our proximity to the Chained One. We started to experience the same symptoms that drove its followers to obey it.
Uh-oh.
They have a completely opposite effect on me, then. If I were to listen to that all the time, I would bury myself alive.
You don't hear them all the time, then?
Pardon?
Kidding.
Cestia, this is serious!
But you believed me. That's funny.
All right, that's enough. The faster we get through, the sooner we get rid of these noises.
So, I speculate that may be foreshadowing, and the companions that aren't in our party we may have to fight.
On it.
Gotcha.
Right.
The path is blocked. We won't go further unless we deal with the chaos batteries that power out the gate's circuit. The Claw manipulated the infrastructure we developed to siphon Organte's energy. It's a shame. Such enlightened souls were mutilated to act against their purpose.
So you participated in the construction of this place?
This Organte was brought here partially on my behalf. We were looking into ways to weaken it, but with time, it proved too volatile to be safely contained. That being said, yes, I did participate in making sure this place is a safe vault. My only mistake was leaving it unattended.
Aren't we doing the exact same thing now? How can we not expect it to slip out of our control again, eventually?
We can't. There's no denying that this creature will always remain a threat and a burden to John. But the Claw were able to keep it in check for centuries, and the knowledge we gained in the process may let us save countless worlds.
We all have a role to play, huh?
Exactly. Come now, we shouldn't linger.
There they are.
Yeah, that's what I was curious about. Who's doing the research since the Claw's corrupted?
You asked for this.
I guess the Claw themselves did a bunch of research before they became the Claw.
Getting in range. Cover me.
Cover me!
On your command.
Alright, so I don't think they stop. We're gonna just keep pushing forward here.
Right away.
Uh-oh. They have got a little overeager.
Orders.
Here I come!
The Oracle is not telling you everything. Do not trust those who keep secrets.
Alright. Did we get it?
Plan B?
Yeah, it's not highlighted anymore, so I guess so.
Out of my way.
They don't stand a chance.
On my way.
Forward.
Alright, still not out of combat.
Let's get started.
Repositioning.
Moving fast.
Watch my back.
Don't come any closer. What now?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that, bud. Appreciate the offer, though.
Why not?
Sorry, I didn't read that. You did well,
my
something,
way.
something. Or much-deserved praise.
Sounds interesting.
We don't have all day.
Alright, thread to both sides and grab all the loot we missed.
I guess we have a job to do.
On it.
If you say so.
Let's get going.
Onward. Carefully.
Shadow Rifle. I'm pretty sure we've seen this because we've seen the Terminator decoupling before. 32.2. Yeah, probably not worth it.
I guess we have a job to do.
Alright, a Revenant. The Revenant pod is open, but the Guardian within lays motionless, floating in purple ooze. Ivan ooze. Who is also a fan of purple ooze.
If you say so.
Sure. Just a little walk.
Alright, the beacon is lit. Gondor calls for aid.
Is it just me, or is the air here getting thinner?
I don't think it's the air. It's magic. It seems to tug on the integrity of organic matter, bodies included. Best case scenario, we'll start getting nosebleeds soon. Worst?
I think we get it. How do we stop it?
They are focusing chaos magic through some kind of an amplifier inserted in the circuit. We must destroy them, or else the pressure might compress everyone in its radius. Not just us, but our forces are in danger.
Understood. Let's look for those devices, and let's do it quickly. Time is of the essence.
Keep moving and nobody explodes.
I see.
Alright, back into the fray.
Time for Plan B.
Right away!
Getting in range.
Heard our sound cut out.
stand still.
Well, not all of it, just the fighting sounds.
Forward.
Here I come. Time to get our hands dirty. Oh yeah?
Watch my back!
Uh-oh.
Ow!
Hang in there, guys. I could bring them all back here, but we still have a boss fight, so I don't want to waste that yet. Oh man, for a second, I thought this was Benedict. I'm like, oh man, what happened to all of his health? But he's doing fine.
I knew it wouldn't end well. Enemy spotted.
Yes?
Cover me.
Alright, let's take out this next one. We're getting a little bullied right now. I'm not a big fan of it.
Speak.
Changing position.
I'm taking you down.
They put all this stuff in these little gauntlet areas. You have to backtrack to get to all of it.
Roger.
I didn't realize we're on a timer. I should really look over at the objectives.
Cover me.
Getting in range.
Orders?
Take that! Right away.
Ending this world is the start of another. A new beginning.
Alright, let's take this one out real quick.
Don't come any closer.
And that should be it.
Huh?
We don't have all day.
All these trigger at the same time?
More?
That's weird. Only have to shoot those to activate them, so.
Sure.
Not sure we set all of them off. Let's get our health back before I do anything else. We're in pretty rough shape. Well, I say we.
Sure.
Everyone but Benedict.
Right.
Corruption. A twisted tentacle disturbs a glimmering statue like a dagger piercing its chest.
On.
And it's not lost on me that I don't need this loot, but I'm not going to leave loot behind if I can help it.
Onward. Carefully.
Sure.
We don't have all day.
Yeah, I really should use the augmenting beacon more often, because that'll keep my entire backline safe if they're clustered together.
Sounds interesting.
That'll ensure that Benedict draws all the aggro.
Gotcha.
Right.
Pillars. Going through the narrow passage feels like delving into a gaping maw.
I guess we have a job to do.
Wasn't that a Yu-Gi-Oh card? Or something maw.
Let's get going.
Maw of the something, maybe. Remember what it looks like. Remember the effect that it... Well, I don't remember the effect it had. I know it was an effect card.
On.
Maw of the Abyss, maybe?
Sure.
I wasn't really into Yu-Gi-Oh past Metal Raiders. I may have bought 1 or 2 packs after that.
Sure, why not?
We don't have all day.
This gate is the final seal separating Jean from the Organte's corruption.
So this is where it all ends, huh? This whole journey of ours, one way or another.
I feel weirdly out of place. Like I don't belong here.
I have not seen this chamber in a long time. I can only assume what's waiting behind it. Malachi, the time has come. After we subdue the Chained One, you must be prepared to use the reality anchor. Once an opportunity presents itself, I will activate it, and you are to channel its energy to bind the Organte.
What if something goes wrong? Do we have a plan B?
You can't doubt yourself now. We must follow the ritual to the letter, or the universe is doomed.
And they say I'm a ray of sunshine.
This is not a joking matter. Any other outcome will bear unfathomable consequences.
So what happens then?
The Organte will be bound to you like a ship anchored to the shore. The power of the anchor will keep you from aging so that you can shackle it on this world for as long as it takes.
Wait, hold up. Does it mean that...
I will live forever. And the Chain One will remain here, tied to me and constantly wreaking chaos as it does now.
Yes. Though his powers will be greatly suppressed once we complete the ritual. I don't ask this of you lightly, Malachi, but it is the only way.
But why me? I'm just a guy.
You're more than you give yourself credit for, Malachi. You have grown so much since I first met you. I know your resolve is strong enough to resist the Organte's temptation.
What about you? You've chained it once. Why can't you take up this burden?
The threat of the Organte is much larger than Jean. I must attend to matters of great importance far away from here. Each of us has a role to play in this fight. Besides, I do not possess a mortal form necessary to bind the Chained One here. Doing so would make me inseparable from Kayla, and that wouldn't benefit any of us.
That's a valid concern. You promised to return her after all. All right. I know what I have to do.
Thank you, Malachi. If that's all you wanted to know, I shall now begin removing the seal. Take a moment to rest and be ready. Once it's open, we must act quickly.
Let's get going.
Let's go have a chit-chat, an old chinwag. Start with Benedict. He's our oldest and best buddy.
Malachi, I feel like I said it many times already, but I want you to know that I'm proud of you, boy. You and your sister both. Once it's all over, City of Bones will greet us with a drink and a song. But before that, it seems like, you'll have quite a choice to make. All I ask of you is to try and make sure we all make it back together. It feels like we've taken enough risk already.
I'll do my best, Ben. Thank you for being there for us. We wouldn't have come here without you.
It's nice of you to flatter an old soldier, but you never needed me to guide you. You've grown into remarkable people. I know you'll do what's right.
That's it, huh? Don't you die on me now, you hear?
I wouldn't dare. Thank you, Cestia. I'm glad you decided to hang around.
You've been there for me, and I'm here for you. Till the end.
Till the end.
Gotcha.
This thing really is insatiable. Still so hungry after devouring the Empire whole. We have a whole country to rebuild once we're done with this. I hope you're ready.
Yep, that's Leon I know. Why don't we finish cleaning up one mess before we get into another?
What can I say? The work won't do itself, and it just so happens that I'm a better architect than a fighter. Won't stop me from giving it my all, though.
Sure, why not?
It feels strange, doesn't it? Standing here in a place so monumental. It's so alien to the world we know. It must be hard for you. When I was in the military, I never enjoyed giving orders. I've issued way too many wrong ones, but I find solace in following yours. You and your sister have led us well. I'm sure that whatever you decide in these final moments, it will be according to your best judgment.
Thank you, Vaso. Your friendship means a lot to me.
I can assure you that the feeling is mutual. Now, don't let me hold you for too long. You've got a world to save.
Want to hear my honest opinion? Facing this thing is a terrible idea, and we're likely all going to die. But we're the only ones who can stop it. It's illogical, but it's the right thing to do. And if there's anyone who can break the odds, I believe it's you and Kayla.
It means a lot coming from you, Ted.
I know.
Kinda wish Ted had a country accent. Nice little country twang in his voice. Once you proceed, you won't be able to return. Are you sure? And have nowhere else to go, so yeah. Forge ahead.
Kayla? Is that you?
Yes. The Oracle went dormant, but I don't know for how long. Have you made up your mind?
About the anchor?
Yes. Are you going to bind yourself? You are aware of the consequences, right?
If I follow through and bind the Organte to myself, it'll stay here for good, won't it?
That's right. And so will you. You will live forever, but never be free of its influence. Not really.
But if I banish it, do we know if it's enough to kill it? And what about the Oracle's plan?
There are many unknowns. We can't be sure what happens, and the Oracle may not take it well. But you'll be safe, and so will our world. At least for the next few generations.
How would I even do it? Can I really impose my will on the reality anchor?
The reality anchor is just a tool, a conductor. It'll bind the Organte to you if you let it. But if you don't, the Chained One will be forcibly extracted from our dimension.
Got it. So I can either gamble with the fate of our world, or save it, and possibly doom the whole universe in the process.
I'm so sorry, Mal. I wish I could take this burden off your shoulders, but I trust your judgment. Only you can decide how it all ends, and no one, not even the Oracle, can make this choice for you. I know you'll make the right call. In the end, you always did. The seal is lifted. We are going in.
This is it. Everyone, follow me.
Bringing out the A-team for the final boss.
No way.
Quickly now, Malachi. You need to...
Wait, look. What's this? Is it?
No. It's impossible. He's dead. I saw his corpse.
Witness, but a fraction of the power only I can grant you.
We're nearly there, everyone. We got this far. He can't stop us now. We killed him once. We can do it again.
Yeah, it didn't take us that long to do it last time, so...
There they are.
What's round 2? I don't know why they all... Oh. Why your stance has changed. Uh-oh. Tet, right away, buddy. Alright, Kayla, you go pick him up.
Look out.
Uh-oh, there's more of them. Find taunt who I can.
Be careful.
Run away!
What do you propose?
Now, where's my buddy at? Right there. We'll throw that at him first, and then go pick up Malachi somewhere. There he is.
plan?
I'm trying. Alright, let's go pop that. I don't know if it's going to do us any good, but we'll try. There goes Kayla. That's not good.
Can someone else do it? Yes?
Orders?
Benedict, I need you to take care of this guy if you don't mind.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
This is it. No more obstacles. We end it now.
Malachi, now is the time. Everyone, if I may ask you to give us some space.
Are you sure you'll be fine?
It will be over soon. Don't worry.
All right, have fun.
Looks like Dark Star Thresh. Okay, we have options. So, binding it dooms the planet, but potentially saves the universe or universes. And this is the opposite. This will save the planet, John, and possibly doom the universe, or universes. The multiverse, I guess. I'm a sucker for self-sacrifice. I don't know which one of these is actually better. I mean, probably, you know, the greater good. Yeah, because this would be, you know, utilitarianism. And I'm still, again, like I said, a sucker for self-sacrifice, so we're going to bind, follow the plan.
Jean can finally be at peace again. How are you feeling, Malachi? The anchor has to properly settle first, but you should.
I'm actually feeling no different than before. Are you sure it worked?
Yes, without a doubt. The binding was successful.
So, what now? The immediate threat is gone. How is Kayla doing?
She's safe. Soon you will be able to talk to her without me interrupting the flow.
Finally. No offense. I just really can't wait for all this to be over.
None taken. I have other matters to attend to now, and I'm glad to know I'm leaving Jean in very capable hands.
Wait, you're leaving? For good?
As soon as I can form a physical body, yes. You should be a stable vessel for the Organte by that time.
Oh, all right. Okay. Should we...
Collect your friends? Definitely. Let's get out of here.
Yes, please. I'm a bit tired of playing the hero, you know.
I thought it had become your second nature by now.
Kayla.
As the Organtha is bound once more to its eternal prison, it is made evident that the world will never be truly safe from its influence. The Oracle stays for a time, hoping to mend the ripples caused in her absence. But her time is of the essence. Once she's able to take a physical form and leave Kayla's body, she departs as she foretold, leaving the people of John to carve their own path through this uncertain future. In the absence of the Emperor, new leaders emerge to guide humanity. Recognized as heroes of the campaign against the Chained One, Malachi and Kayla quickly rise to prominence. Following in their parents' footsteps, they become influential figureheads, leading the change into a more democratic society. Soon, from the ashes of the once great empire, the human republic is born. Together, the siblings are an unstoppable force. Balancing out each other's qualities and flaws, they lead the Republic towards a better future. The world may be a dangerous and uncertain place, but with the two of them at the helm, humanity's fortunes are set to rise once more. Knowing that the Organtha's kind is still a looming threat, the people of John are forced to look past their differences and beyond the horizon. Eventually, the world has been brought together through diplomacy, in no small part thanks to the siblings' efforts. Hard compromises had to be made, but a brittle peace was finally established. However, the Chained One wasted no time in its efforts to escape the Dark Boar, using its weakened power to continue to instigate vile cults throughout the world. They remained a grim reminder of its inevitable return. Under Kayla's watchful eye, academics and researchers continue the Oracle's work, studying all traces of Organtha's corruption in hopes of finding its weaknesses. The remnants of the Empire's might were instrumental in bringing down the Chained One and its hordes. Though the old authority crumbles, its technological legacy endures as the catalyst for the flourishing Republic. Old Empire's engineers and thinkers usher in a new era of progress and innovation, steering the world further away from the realms of magic. The Noble's choice to withhold aid in the battle against the Organtha fractures the League's unity. The voices of its people rise defiantly, at long last condemning their egocentric leadership. A tidal wave of change surges forth, and a new leading force emerges, one that is appointed by people rather than by birth. As both sides of the recent conflict learn the true face of the city of Free Phoenicia, its merchant lords quickly lose the influence they once abused to manipulate the course of history according to their whims. The Free City may have flourished in a divided world, but in times of peace, there can be no place for their economic oppression. The clans of Blue Hand, unlikely heroes in the war against the Chained One, gain unprecedented recognition and even some degree of respect among the major powers. Their ranks quickly grow, drawing in all sorts of outcasts and vagabonds. Under Joe Manna's steadfast leadership, they abandon their ruthless ways and forge a society that thrives on strength and unity, but never forgets the scars of their past. The City of Bones suffered heavy damage in the assault orchestrated by the Claw. However, thanks to Malachi and Kayla's efforts to fortify it, none of the destruction proved to be irreparable. Emerging from the ashes, the City of Bones rises with renewed strength and fortitude. The one thing that was irreversibly lost in all the hardship was the city's spirit. Faced with adversity, its citizens learned that to survive, they must cut corners where possible, even at the cost of others. After all, the law is nothing but a set of rules made by the strong to control the weak. What started as nothing but a group of misfits turned into a team, shaped by the perils they faced together and prevailed. The crew, led by Malachi and Kayla, comes out victorious from their battle against immeasurable odds, an experience that will change their lives forever. Relieved of his self-imposed duty to take care of Malachi and Kayla and avenge their parents, Benedict returns to the City of Bones. He leaves running the city guard in his deputy's capable hands, applying for a council position himself. He finds his new duties as rewarding as they are exhausting. Vaso reunites with surviving members of her old squad, hoping to make amends for her past. She offers them aid and a fresh start, a way out of the military life that brought upon them nothing but misery. She devotes her time and resources to support the veterans of the recent war, regardless of the side they served on. Cestia takes up Lord DeLuca's offer to join him in the revitalization of their ravaged home, hesitantly accepting the fact that it brings certain positive changes as well. One day, as she oversees the construction of the company's mines, she defends a nearby village from a group of roaming bandits. Surprised by its people's gratitude, she settles with them, finally finding solace. Leon undertakes his most ambitious project to date, the restoration of the old Empire's capital. He achieves the impossible, actually surpassing its old grandiosity. Even then, he is never truly satisfied with his work, and spends the rest of his life trying to perfect it. The city remains the center point of the human republic for centuries to come. To his friend's surprise, Tet decides to forfeit his plans of deactivating himself. Instead, he settles down in the ruin he was first found in, determined to restore it into a place he could call home. Drawing from the Oracle's power that brought him life, he carries on her legacy, offering insight and counsel to the lost and desperate. As years pass, Malachi, bound by the magic of the reality anchor, doesn't age a day. Though keeping the Chained One contained proves to be a larger burden with each passing year, he never lets it darken his cheerful attitude. After a long and eventful life, Kayla passes away, surrounded by friends and family. She leaves behind a great legacy and a grieving brother. Malachi lives out the rest of his eternal life, with no one to keep him company, but the monster tied to his soul.
Alright, well, there's Dark Envoy. So overall, I did really enjoy the game. I thought the gameplay was a lot of fun. The story, I think the overarching story was good, but I think the individual writing was maybe a little lackluster. They tried to create conflict and then just did away with it as soon as it arose. There was the conflict between Malachi and Kayla, and Malachi's trust for Kayla. And anytime he brought it up, 2 sentences later, it was resolved. So I'm not sure why they even bothered putting that conflict in there. With the companions, I think the companions were fine, though it felt like Leon and Cestia were just kind of shoehorned in. I think since you had to do quests for both the League and Empire at one point, maybe having them recruited on one of those missions for each of the factions would at least give them more time in the spotlight. As it stands, they just get thrown at you and they don't have, you know, their moment to shine. The music. I'm a big fan of the music. Event Horizon did a good job with the music in the Tower of Time as well. They do a good job of making this kind of eerie music. Not sure how to exactly put it into words, but I enjoy it. The crafting system was a lot of fun, though I felt like the enchantments, it was often not worth using the higher tier enchantments that have a trade-off. when you could get just a straight benefit for the lower tier enchantment. And the lower tier enchantment didn't cost any resources after a certain point to enchant. Another problem with the game was the optimization. I had the game crash on me a few times. I think it happened to me one time on camera, but beyond that I was able to restart. So you guys didn't see as much as it actually happened. Then I had that one bug in Jomanna's quest. But it seemed like some of the choices were pretty evident that was going to happen. There weren't any curveballs thrown at you, which is fine, I guess, but also most of the time when you made a choice, the consequences happened almost immediately. They're pretty quick to pop up. I think having some longer reaching consequences, which we kind of did with the factions and the epilogue there, the ending slides. Yeah, I enjoyed the voice acting as well. It saved me from having to read a lot of stuff, so that was nice. Wouldn't have minded the narrator reading the notes and stuff we came across as well, because I thought the narrator had a really good voice. Yeah, overall I enjoyed the game. I know I critiqued it a fair bit right there, but the rest of the game was fun. I enjoyed it. Again, the combat was a blast. But it did get pretty samey and pretty easy towards the end. I feel like that's the case with a lot of games. It's hard to balance the end game, especially with such a robust crafting system. You make your team pretty strong. Now, we did lose a lot of companions as we went through. Luckily, Benedict was extremely tanky. There was no chance the enemies were ever going to take down Benedict. I do regret not having more melee characters, but it really just didn't seem to fit any of our companions. Like, Malachi doesn't scream melee character to me. I mean, I guess he could justify it because he has the mechanical arm, and maybe that boosts his melee power. But I don't know, he seemed more like a range engineer to me. And Kayla a caster, of course. All the other companions didn't make sense to be melee either. I don't know why you'd have a engineer constructor using an axe when it... I mean, I guess you could see a hammer. But the rifle just made more sense. Plus, Leon's weapon, his unique weapon, ended up being a rifle. And Cestio and Tet were both rangers. So, I would have liked more variety in my actual equipment, but again, none of it really fit the character, so I'm okay with what I did. But yeah, that's going to do it for Event... sorry, I say Event Horizon because it's down here. That's it for Dark Envoy Director's Cut. Thanks for joining me on yet another adventure. Hope to see you guys in the next Let's Play.